Joining me right now, Fox Nation host Tomi Lahren and campusreform.org editor-in-chief Cabot Phillips. It's good to see you both. Cabot, you know, their problem, if you ask me, is that they just didn't think it through. They really didn't. Nancy Pelosi tried to warn them early on. She said, we're only going to do this if there's a bipartisanship, coalition willing to do it. They couldn't get that. They're definitely not going to get it in the vote tomorrow. But, you know, they wouldn't take the elder statesman's advice. I guess they just thought, you know, perhaps the squad was leading the way.
Well, the 2020 election is undeniably going to be about impeachment at this point, and I think more and more Americans are waking up to the fact that these hearings are a sham. They're not actually about gathering information. They're a political witch hunt. And the ironic thing is that after all these hearings, after all is said and done, President Trump will still be president, and his base will be more motivated than ever before to get him elected. And I think it's not just his base this ends up helping and motivating. I think a lot of average Americans look at these hearings and they say, this is not an actual investigation. This is a political witch hunt. And I think they're going to say this is an attack on our democracy. They're trying to remove someone from office because they don't like him. And I think that a lot of people are going to get turned off in the middle that might have ended up going to Democrats. But these hearings, I think, are going to lead them away. We've seen polling data reflect that now as more people think he should not be impeached than should be when the hearing started. Yeah,
you know, Tommy, you agree with that? Because independents, they're the ones that everybody's fighting for, right? Everybody has their base, and then you look at those independents in the middle, and to Cabot's point, they're increasingly saying, what is going on? I mean, we send people to Washington to do something, not just to get in the way.
Well, that's what I really think it is, Trish. It's not just that these impeachment hearings are a sham and a witch hunt and the American people are fed up, but they're also fed up on both sides of the aisle, especially those in the middle right now who are seeing the president do wonderful things for the country that are wondering what they sent Democrats there to do, because all they're doing is proceeding with this witch hunt, even though they know it's going to be fruitless, even if they think that the president did something wrong, even if they think that they really were defending the Constitution, they know that this is not going to get past the Senate. They know that this is a waste of taxpayer time and taxpayer money, but they're going to do it anyway because this is literally all they have. I mean, think about it, Trish. They've got Democrats who are not doing anything in Congress. They've got Democratic candidates who are essentially socialists, and if they're not, they're Joe Biden, need I say more. And they have nothing to run on besides impeachment, so they're hoping that they can fool low-information viewers and voters into thinking that there's a there, even though we know there's not.
You know what's amazing, though, Cabot? They continually underestimate Americans. Steve Bannon was saying this the other night. He was making the point that, you know what, when push comes to shove, the American people, they know. They get it, right? And anytime there's been really something kind of monumental, they come out on the right side of history. And so the Democrats are losing this battle because I think that, you know, everyday folks, they get, right? They get that things are improving, and that's real. All this other stuff is I don't know what it is.
And let's go through let's go through the list of promises Democrats have made to the American people. During the election, they promised us if Trump won, the markets would crash. They promised us if tax reform passed, the economy would go horribly wrong. They promised us that there was clear evidence of collusion with Russia, and now they're promising people their impeachable offenses. And I think the American people are looking around saying, hey, fool me once, you know, and they're realizing it's the party that cried wolf, and you can only promise people so many things that don't come to fruition. They're doing it again.
I mean, we just heard from several of them. They want to start the process all over again. They said if he wins in 2020, then we're going to come back with new reasons to impeach. I mean, if that's not reason enough to say, okay, I'm going to vote for the Republican instead of the Democrat because I don't want to deal with this craziness again, what is, Tommy?
Well, it's also laziness on behalf of a lot of the Democrats, especially the Democrats that you played that said they're going to continue to do this over and over and over again. They're also admitting that they believe that Trump is going to win again, but it's laziness. They don't want to do anything else. This is easy for them. This witch hunt is easy for them. Fixing health care, dealing with our broken immigration system, dealing with tax reform, infrastructure, trade deals, those things are difficult. This is easy, so it's laziness, and the American people should be fed up by now. But the Trump campaign is doing very well. They've raised millions of dollars because of this witch hunt. So at the end of the day, the Democrats should cut their losses and just start picking out their attire for Trump's re-election party.
Funeral attire for them.
What did you? Oh, funeral. Yeah, probably. Tommy, for them anyway. Tommy and Kevin, really good to see you guys. Thank you so much.